Hi guys, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good morning,
Yes,
guys. Yeah, good
good
morning.
morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. Sorry for the late. Okay. Uh, okay. Yesterday we discussed, right? What we are discussed, guys. Anyone can tell me what is testing, guys? Anyone? What is meaning of testing? Anybody? Every day I will ask the question, guys. So you need to be ready with your answers. Okay. But you need to participate in the things. Okay, don't sit idle, just share your thoughts and ideas. Okay, what is testing, guys? Yesterday we discussed, right? So what is testing? Anybody?
Test
Providing quality product.
Go ahead, one by one. Go ahead first. What is testing, guys?
that
Any?
testing is nothing but whether software is working or not according to clients or customer.
Yes, testing is nothing but to check the application whether it is working according to the client requirements or not. That's it. Okay, don't say that I'm finding the bugs. Okay, so finding the bugs can done anybody. Okay, even you can also find the bugs, or you can developers also can find the bugs, or end user also find the bugs. So don't say that testing means only finding the bugs. Okay, for what purpose we are doing the testing? Anybody? For what purpose we are doing the testing?
Quality of good product.
Yes, quality of good product. Good. Yes, quality. How you define the quality? How can you say this is the quality product?
Based on customer requirement.
Yes, based on the customer requirement. Means you need to say that fulfill all the customer requirements. Now
Yeah.
you are my client. Now you want some website, right? You are giving to you are giving to make it as a one website. So your requirement, if we fulfill your requirements, means definitely you will get a good quality product. Okay, good, excellent. What is negative testing and what is positive testing? Can anybody? What is negative testing and what is positive testing? What is negative testing, guys? Yesterday we discussed, right? What is negative testing? What is positive testing?
No, positive testing providing numerical value.
Not only numerical value, valid data. You need to say valid data. Okay. Negative testing means what? Invalid data. Is it clear?
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, so you need to remember. Okay, positive testing means the name itself will be there. Positive means what? You need to give the, suppose example, phone number. Yesterday we took example as a phone number, right? In the phone number we need to give what? Positive values. Like if you give numerical values, means it should be accepted. Up to 10 digits only it should you need to give. But if you give the alphabetics and numerical, means it should not accept. If it is accepting, means that is a bug. So remember that one, what is positive testing and what is negative testing, you need to check. I cannot hear anything. Have you kept mute? No, yeah. Kiran, right? No, check your headset one more time. Okay, good. Okay, what is the difference between manual testing and automation testing, guys? Anybody? What is the difference between manual testing and an automation testing?
Manual testing cases are executed without support from tools or scripts. And
Excellent.
automated testing, they are executed with support from tool scripts and software.
Yes, absolutely. Excellent. Yes, what else you want? See, so manual testing means you can simply say that we are not using any scripts and tools, without any support of tools and script. That kind of testing we can call it as what? Manual testing. When you're talking about automation testing, means what? Automation testing is with the help of tools and scripts we need to work. That kind of testing we can call it as what? Automation testing. Good. So today's is very important class, guys. Today's is very important. 1 second. Okay, my voice is clear right now. Today's is very important session. So what we know, what is testing, right? Just now we discussed. Okay, what is testing? Testing is nothing but to check whether the application is working according to the given client requirements or not. So client will provide some requirement. Based on the requirement, development will build that application. Once the development will be done, and then it will comes to the QA. Now what I need to do in testing means I need to verify that application or a software or a product. I need to check whether this is working as per the given requirement or not. So here the requirements are very important. Yesterday we discussed, right? Requirements is very important. If you understand the requirements, half of the job is done. If you not understand the requirements, then it's tough. Okay, so always you need to focus on what requirements. Okay, now let's see what are the software testing. Okay, to ensure means what? Make sure whether the application is working as per the given requirements or not. Simple definition, guys. No need to by heart, no need to write also. Simply you can understand what is testing. To ensure means what? Make sure whether the application is working as per the given requirements or not. If it is working as per the given requirements, the application is working as expected. If it is not working as per the requirement, means the application is not working as per the it is not working as expected. As expected means what I'm looking, it is not getting. So simply you can remember only one line definition. No need to read entire the definition. Interview in case what is testing means, you can simply say that to ensure whether the application is working as per the given requirements or not. Okay, and also you need to remember, guys, software testing is a process of verification. See, we do what? Verification whether the project will be acceptable to the end user or not. So remember, if you do any work or any project, that project should be whom need to accept it, means end user should accept, not client. End user means what? Users should accept your application, then only it will be success in the market. Understanding, right? So whatever the software you design or you developed or you maintained, that finally whom need to accept? The end user should need to accept. Suppose end user is rejected your application, means then it will get a failure. So make sure that what are the applications, what are the software you design, that should be acceptable by whom? Through the end user. We accepted Netflix, we accepted Amazon Prime because it's very easy, right? Just we need to subscribe and you need to pay the money into your account within monthly wise or 3 months or 6 months and yearly. See, that is what user friendly. I don't want to wait for 1 year. I want only 2 months. I can subscribe within 2 months. I don't want to 2 months. I want only 1 month. So I can subscribe in 1 month. See, that is what user friendly. In Netflix, I can within one account I can see 6 devices or 7 devices or 8 devices. According to that, I can do the payment. So that's the reason the cloud, everyone is moving to the cloud. So what is cloud? You know, right? If I want 1 month service, I can take it as a 1 month service in the cloud. After that, my completion of my work, I can close this complete service. So that is what user friendly. Always the people is looks like what? User friendly, whether the application is user friendly or not. So make sure that you always remember the software testing is a process, of verification. Testing means is what? It is a process of verification whether the project will be acceptable to the end user or not. Now there are two types of testing. What are there? Now just now we know what is testing, but now what we are talking, there are two types of testing. What are there? Structural testing and functional testing. Who will do the structural testing and who will do the functional testing? So this is very important. Now testings are two types. One is structural, another is functional. What is meaning of structural testing? Structural testing, we can call it as what? White box testing. What we can call it as what? Structural testing, we can call it as what? White box testing. And functional testing, we can call it as what? Black box testing. Let's see who will do the white box testing and who will do the black box testing. Now who will do the white box testing? This is the big confuse, right? Who will do the white box, who will do the black box? That's confused will be there. Let's see who will do. We will get a clear idea now. The testing is based on knowledge of internal logic of application code. See, simple. If you remember, if you know the coding, if you know the coding language, if you know the how to write the code and how to execute the code, then you can do what kind of testing? You can do white box testing. What kind of testing you can do? White box testing. When? If you know the coding, if you know the how to implement the code, if you know the how to design the code, then only you can do what kind of testing? White box testing. Is it clear? See, this is what is saying, that the testing is based on knowledge of internal logic of application code. If you know the internal logic, if you know the code, then what kind of testing you can do? You can do what? A white box testing. Now tell me, who knows the code, developer or tester?
Developer.
Then
Developer.
white box testing is done by
Developer.
Developer.
simple. White box testing is done by developer. Why? Because he knows the internal logic of the code. Simple, no need to by heart. Simple, you can understand. There are two types of testing. One is structural testing. Structural testing, we can call it as what? White box testing. Now question mark, who will do the white box testing? Who knows the internal logic of the code? Who knows? If you know the coding knowledge, if you know the coding structure, you know how to implement the code, you know the logic, then you can do what kind of testing? White box testing. So we can clearly know that white box testing is done by developer, not tester. Understanding, right? So here it is that the same thing is saying, the testing is based on knowledge of internal logic of application code. If you know the application, if you know the application of code and logic and implementation, everything, if you know, then what kind of testing we can do? We can do white box testing. It is also known as glass box testing. Why we can call it as it's a white box? Can anyone tell me? I can put pink box, gray box, anything I can put it, right? But why I put it is a white box? Anybody? Why I'm calling as it's a white box? Anybody? Because I'm able to see the code here. See, white box means what? Developer is always able to see the code, right? He is what is writing his code, he can able to see. So that's the reason sorry, that's the reason we can call it as it's what? White box. There are many names. Clear box. Clear box means what? I'm able to see the code. Transparent box. Transparent box means what? I'm able to see the code. Clear box. Open box. Open box means what? I'm able to see the code. So in interview they will ask you, they won't ask only white box, they will ask, hey, can you explain what is a clear box? So clear box means what? Don't confuse. Clear box is nothing but a white box. Hey, can you explain what is transparent box? Transparent box is nothing but, don't confuse, it's a white box testing. So what is glass box testing? Some people are asking what is glass box testing. Glass box testing means, don't confuse there. Glass box testing is nothing but a white box testing. We can call it as many names. The same concept we can call it as many names. Some people are call it as it's a open box, clear box, transparent box, and some people will call it as a glass box, or some people will call it as it's a white box. Why we can call it as a white box? Because the developer can see his code and he can able to modify, he can do anything. Okay, so that's the reason we can call it as it's a white box. Okay, so internal software and coding work should be known for this type of testing. If you know the internal code, if you know the code and you know the internal structure, then what kind of testing you can do? You can do the white box testing. The test based on the coverages, say the developer also need to do some testing. Code statements are working correctly or not, branches are working correctly or not, and path is working correctly or not, conditions is working correctly or not. Now tell me one question for everyone. Please answer, guys. Please answer. Okay, don't sit silent. Okay, just tell me what is your opinion. Testers is already there, right? We are already know that testers is to verify the application whether it is working according to the client requirement or not. That is what yesterday, today only we are discussing. But why developer need to do testing? Can anybody? Why developer need to test the application? Is it required?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Because developer know own codes. How how will write the code and how will design the software.
Hmm. Okay, good. Anybody? Anybody want to share why
Sir,
developer need to test the application? Yeah,
sir,
yeah, go ahead.
developer makes sure his application is capable, uh, ready for the in marketing.
Yes, that's good. So developer is also need to test at least one time, guys, because developer, see, I'm writing some code, right? Before I'm sending to the QA team, not into the market, before I'm sending to the QA team, at least I need to check at least one time my code is working properly or not. Because you cannot say I have 10 years of experience, what I written, that is only right means no one will accept it. So developer, why the developer need to do at least one kind of testing, they need to do one round of testing, that we can call it as what, white box testing, or we can call it as in the real time we can call it as what, unit testing. So remember, unit testing is always done by the developer, always done by the developer, unit testing. Why developer need to do the testing? Because at least one time I'm writing some logic before I'm sending to the QA team to test that application or anything. At least one time the developer need to test at least one time whether my code is working properly or not. I written my logic is correct or not, whether the output is getting correctly or not, I need to check. Because if developer is not checking, just writing the coding and sending to the QA team, what that reject, again it is coming to the development team, again is writing, see, it is what time wasting, right? There are a lot of time waste because the developer is not checking after writing the code, immediately is giving to the testing team, then testing team finds a lot of issues, a syntax errors, and that's not working properly, again it will back to whom, to the developer, again developer need to fix that issue. So here lengthy process will be there, here a lot of time taken from the developer to the testing time, right? So we need to save the time, productivity. What is meaning of productivity? You need to save the time, you need to save the time, within the time we need to complete the work. Okay, not 3 days, after 3 days, no, after 5 days, not like that. Okay, within the time you need to complete the work, then only we will get a good productivity. Okay, so here white box testing is mandatory. What is called mandatory, guys? Anybody? Mandatory means what?
Compulsion.
Yes, good. Compulsory. You need to 100% need to do that one. So some mandatory fields will be there. First name, last name. You cannot escape that. You need to enter your first name. You need to enter the last name. You need to enter your address. Then only the application will allow to log into the application. Otherwise, it would, some mandatory fields will be there. Similarly, whenever any code will be written in the developer, at least one time he need to check whether my logic is working correctly or not, whether I'm getting correct output or not, because at least one time he need to check my logic is working correctly or not. So that kind of testing we can call it as what, a white box testing. Why we can call it as it's a white box? I'm able to see the code, I'm able to see this is the class, this is the method, this is what function, so I can able to see the code. So that's the reason we can call it as it's a white box or a glass box or an open box or a transparent box. Okay. This we can call it as a unit testing or component testing belongings to white box testing. So in case interview they will ask you, do you know unit testing, and who will do the unit testing, means you can tell them unit testing is done by the developer. Before they're sending to code to the QA, they need to check at least one time whether the code is working properly or not. That's it. No need to Google, no need to write, reference the notes as at the time of interview you are referring interview questions, not required. All the things, keep on mind what you have, that's it, that you need to present in the interview. That's it. If you understand the concept, tomorrow you can attend the interview. Tomorrow if someone asks you, right, who will do the white box testing, means you can simply say that the white box testing is done by the developers, because he knows the internal logic of the code. Who knows the internal logic of the code, they can also can do the white box testing. Now reverse question, why developer need to do? Because they need to check at least one time whether the code is working properly or not. That's it. So in interview, you can tell very confidently, to the interview, then other person knows that, oh, he has some knowledge. Now you are reading the definitions. White box are tested by developers. You're reading the sentences there in the interview point. Then simply negative impact will come. Hey, what is this guy is reading the definitions? Tell your own words. That is what I'm telling. Don't tell my words. Okay, you can form the sentences. You can make your sentence and tell in interview very clearly, simple line. White box testing is done by the developers because they know the internal logic of the application code. Who knows the internal logic of the application code, they can do the white box testing. Why they need to do? Again, reverse question will come. Why developer? Why they need to do white box testing? Yes, because once they written the code, they need to check at least one time whether the code is working properly or not before sending to the QA team. So that we can call it as what? Unit level testing or a component testing. So now we got a clear idea. White box testing is done by developers. Okay. See, white box testing is also known as clear box, open box, glass box, transparent box. Okay, in case anyone asks you, you can clearly say that. Okay, clear box means it's nothing but a white box. Open box means it's nothing but a white box. Okay. So here, internal structure, design and implementation of the item beginning known to the tester means if you are doing the white box testing, you need to know all the things. Internal structure you need to know, design you need to know, and implementation you need to know. Then only you can do the white box testing. See, the developer is also follow some techniques. The developer, while they're doing the testing, right, and then they also follow some techniques. What are their control flow testing, data flow testing, branch testing, path testing, statement coverages, and decision coverage? Don't worry, we are never involved in this area, but while developer doing the testing, right, they follow some techniques. Okay, control flow, how it is flowing, data flow, how the data will be flowing, branches, it take it as a one branch. Okay, path is they taking as a path is working correctly. Statement coverages, okay, sometimes they will give the statements, if condition, for loop, each and everything they will take care of that. Okay, but simply you can remember only one thing. There are two types of testing. One is what? Structural testing. Another is what? Functional testing. So structural testing, we can call it as what? White box testing. The white box testing is done by the developer because he knows the internal logic of the code. Who knows the internal logic of the code, they can do what? White box testing. Now reverse question, why the developer needs to do a white box testing? Because he need to check his logic is working correctly or not, his code is working properly or not, he need to check. So that's we can call it as what? White box testing. Now one of the most important, what is that? Black box testers. Who will do the black box testing, guys? Anybody?
Yes, sir.
Who will do? Yes, test. See, here we are least bothered about the coding. See, I'm not seeing any code. Testers will not see any code. Give me a ASP application, .NET application, give me a C# application, give me a Python application, give me PHP application, give me any kind of application. I'm least bothered about the code. Whatever you code you written, I'm least bothered. I'm not seeing any code. Simple, you can say that black box testing is done by whom? Tester. See, internal system design is not considered in this type of testing. Whatever the code you can write, I'm least bothered. You can write Ruby, you can write any code. I'm not worrying about the code. Okay, then what I need to worry? I need to worry on what? Output. We always need to check with what? Output. Just I'm giving input and it will do some process and finally it will give some output. That output we need to check whether this output is correctly or not. How you will define? How can you say that this output is correct or not? Based on yesterday we discussed, right? How can you say this output is correct or not?
Based on customer requirements.
Yes, based on the customer requirement. See here, simply say that, right? The testers are based on requirements. How we will test the application? I'm always based on what? Requirements and functionality. Functionality is very, very important. Make sure that functionality, login has a different functionality, a reset has a different functionality. So Don't think that it's very easy. Okay, you need to check the functionality wise. See, reset functionality means what? Can anyone tell me what is reset functionality? What is meaning of reset functionality? Anybody? What is meaning of reset? Reset means what?
Reset means if you want to change your password.
Not that reset. Here, if you reset means it clear the fields. If you click them means it will clear the fields. Okay, I'm resetting the values. Okay, so here, if this is what reset functionality, you need to check this functionality. Login functionality is what? If you give the valid user valid password, if you click the login means then only you can log in into the application. Understanding, right? So there are different functionality will be there. Forget password is completely a different functionality. Register is completely different functionality. Close means what? Different functionality. If I close this means it should be closed. That is what different functionality. So testers is always depends on what? Requirements and functionality. So you need to remember this point. These 2 points, if you remember, half of the testing is completed. Whenever any task is assigned on your name, so in the real time we can call it as what? A task or a item. Any item is assigned on your name, you need to check first what? Requirement, and also you need to check functionality. Some people are only understand the requirement, they won't check the functionality, then it's wrong, right? So make sure that you need to check with the requirements as well as functionality. Don't mix all the functionality is different. Credit card functionality is different and debit card functionality is different. Don't say there are both are cards. Yes, both are cards only, but they have different functionality. Don't say that both are the cards. Yes, we know that, but credit card functionality is completely different and debit card functionality is completely different. Okay, don't mix it. Don't say login functionality and logout functionality both are the same. No, login functionality is different and logout functionality is different. So while you are testing the things, you make sure that what is the functionality. Okay, so here we never see the code, we never and ever see the code. They will give you application, they will give you the application. Based on the application only we need to test the www dot, they will give the URL, you need to log in into the URL and you can test entire the UI, like UI and functionality. Okay, see, so you can simply say that black box testing is done by the testers. We are functional testers. Sometimes in interview job description, if you see functional testers required, functional testers means what? Black box testers only. Okay, functional tester, QA is required, functional testers is required. Don't worry about that. Okay, functional testers means you also can apply for that job. Okay, internal system design is not considered in this type of testing. There are the test based on, always we are based on the requirement. I'm not based on the coding. I'm not asked to the developer give you a code. Okay, I'm always asked hey, based on the requirement whether it is working correctly or not, I will check, and also functionality. Other than unit testing, the remaining testing belongs to black box testing. Mostly we will do all in the black box testing only. Okay, so testing are two types: structural and functional. Structural, who will do the structural testing? Developers. And who will do the functional testing? Testers. Okay, please don't read the definition, please guys. If you read the definition you will be forget. Okay, try to understand. Developer, why they need to do? They know understanding of the code, they know the coding, that's the reason they do the white box testing. Tester, they never see the code, they always depends on what? Requirements and functionality. Give me your application and give me your requirement and tell me the functionality, I'm ready to test your application. But tester is always like ask like that. Don't ask, tester never ask give me your code, give me your entire the code. No one will ask you like that. Okay, so that is very important. And black box testing techniques, we are also following some techniques, right? Equivalency, partition, boundary value analysis, cause effect graphs, we are also using some techniques. Okay, suppose now your requirement is what? See, always you need to concentrate on what requirement. Now your requirement is what? You need to verify sorry, 100 to, okay, 100 to 5,000 numbers. Okay, 5,000 numbers. There is a checkbox. Sorry guys, my voice is not good. here the checkbox drop down will be there, or a text box will be there. Let us assume the text box will be there. Now what is your requirement here? Here the requirement is what you need to verify 100 to 500 5000 numbers. Okay, how you will test, guys? Anyone? How you will test this one? What is your approach? What is your testing approach? Anybody? Guys, please speak out. You can talk, you can discuss, you can tell your opinion. Okay, whether it is right or wrong, that is secondary matter, but you need to speak, you need to talk. So what we need to do, guys, here, how you will test this one? Anybody?
Can you repeat the question?
Good, thank you. Your requirement is what? 100 to 5000. Okay, you need to test all these values. So how you will test this one? In what way you will test? Do you understand my question? You have the values of 100 to 5000 numbers. You need to test each and every value. So how you will test this one? Is there any approach will be there, or you will test 100, 100 not 1, 100 not 2? You will test like that. How you will test?
I will test like that.
Wow,
The
like
number
100.
should not be below 100 and above 5,000 like that.
Yes, good. So simple, guys, a boundary value analysis, right? So yes, that is what one kind of technique we can use, right? Here the minimum value is what? 100, right? Here the minimum value is what? 100. So now they ask me to test 100 to 5000, right? So I cannot go like 101, 102. If I go like that, means it will take a lot of time. Okay, if it is 10,000 or 20k, 30k, 40k, then I cannot test that application, right? It will take a lot of time. So here what we can use, boundary value analysis. What is the boundary value? Boundary means what? Here the what is the boundaries? Here 100 I can take it as a maximum value. Okay, sorry, minimum value I'm taking as a what? A minimum value. Okay, here I'm taking as a 100 as what? A minimum value. Okay, 100 as a minimum value. What is the maximum value here? So what is the maximum value is 5000, right? Here I can take it as what? 5000 as a maximum value. Now simple, guys, simply we can do one technique. Okay, 100 minus 1, how much? 99. So you need to enter 99 here. Okay, you need to enter 99 here. If 99 it is accepting, means what? It is a bug or valid? If 99 it is
It's a
accepting,
bug.
means what? Yes, it's a bug. No, yes, no need to ask anyone, right? Simply you can reject this one. Yeah, it's allowing 99. It is not working as per the given requirement. Requirement is what? 100 to 5000. So you need to check -1. And what is the range? Range is what? 100 to 5000. In between you can give any number, it should work. Okay, but logic will not break, right? You can give like 200, you can give 4999999, it should work. And next one is what? Maximum value plus 1. Okay, maximum value plus 1. So you can give 5001. Okay, it should not allow. Suppose 5001 it is allowing, then it's a bug. Okay, so like that you can always use what? Boundary value analysis. Okay, so I'm showing the real time how it will be there, then you will get a clear idea. So how we can do the applications. Okay, they will provide the requirement documents, guys. So very easy, very easily we can do that. Okay, FRS, what is called FRS means functional requirement specification document. Okay, FRS they will provide. Okay, FRS document, in that document what we can do is we can use boundary value analysis. Okay, we can use, see these documents we can see in the project when we are talking about the project, right? We can discuss all these things. Okay, one second. Hmm. One second, it's stuck. Good. Here, are you able to see my screen, right? Everybody?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Hey, don't call with the sir. Okay, you can call with the name. Okay, Srini or Srinivas, anything. Okay, please avoid the sir, guys. So in the real time, we never use the sir word. Okay, if you use that word, they will not accept it. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay, that's good. Okay, now see the requirement is what here? Simple, guys. Hmm. See, branch name. What is that? Branch name. So what is that branch name? Condition C, alpha numerical only and start with alphabetic. So the branch name is start with what? Alphabetic only. And also it is saying what? Minimum 6 characters and maximum 40 characters. So how you will test this one? So how you will test this one? 6 minus 1, 5. If you enter the minimum 5 characters, it should not allow. If it is allowing, means that is a bug. If you enter maximum 40 plus characters, if you are entering maximum 40 plus 1, means you are entering 40 plus 1 characters, means it should not allow. In case it is allowing, means it is a bug. Understanding, right? So boundary values are very important. No one will tell you, hey, please check the boundary values while you are doing the testing. Is there the tester's job? That is common word, that is common thing. No one will tell you do the boundary value analysis part. No one will tell you. You need to remember, whenever you want to test this branch name, you need to test this branch name. So they will give the conditions. What is that? Alpha numerical only. And also condition, see, start with alphabetic. If you enter with a numerical first letter, you are entering the numerical number, and the branch name is accepting, means what? It is a bug. So remember, you need to follow the requirements and functionality. Testers is what? They always follows what? Requirements and functionality. We're not following the code. I'm not following the code, how this code will be works, how logic will be works. I'm not bothering about that. That's not my part. Okay, what is the tester's part? Requirements and functionality. That is what just now we discussed. The tests based on requirements and functionality. Here clearly mention the requirements and we clearly mention the functionality. So branch name should be accept these conditions. Alphanumerical only should be there and start with the alphabetic and minimum 6 characters and maximum 40 characters. And mandatory means what? Just now you told, right? It is the compulsory, you need to enter the field. And also it's a unique one. Unique one means duplicates you cannot enter. Already you enter branch 001, you already enter that one. Second time you cannot enter the same field, branch 001, because it should be unique one. Unique one means it should not allow any duplicate values. So like that you need to test the application. Understanding, right? So don't worry, that is what I'm telling. They will provide everything. They will provide the documentation. See, they will provide the clear documentation. They will provide what? A clear documentation. What else you want? Tell me. Very easily you can get into the job and you can easily get into the things, but minimum basics, minimum. I don't want to read the requirement, I don't want to see the functionality, I want only the salary on the salary date, means what? It won't be work out. You need to hard work. Hard work is very important. Without hard work you will not get a single rupee. Please remember that one. Don't think that money will come easy. No, it's not at all. How much hard work you've done, that much of money will come. You need to believe only hard work only, not luck, not favors and all the things. Hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work. And enjoy your work, not only hard work. Enjoy your work. Enjoy means you need to enjoy your work. Once the task will come, understand the requirement. If you're not properly understand, talk with your developer or talk with your lead, get some information and enjoy your work. If you show that interest on your work, right, you don't know, times will be gone, years will be also will be gone, you can enjoy on your work. When is the salary date? When it will come? How much salary will come? If you think like that, right, you cannot grow. So You need to enjoy your work and enjoy the things. It's very, very, very easy. Everything they will provide in KT, they will give you each and everything. They will tell you KT sessions. Once you get into the organization, right, your lifestyle will be changed completely. We have a lot of corporate trainings will be there. You have a lot of training sessions will be there, and we have lot of skill development courses will be there. Lot of things will be there, but only one thing is what, once we need to get into the job, the goal is what, I need to get into the job as soon as possible. So once you get into the job, right, you can learn everything. Everything the organization will tell you, how to behave, how to do the things. We have a lot of sessions, a lot of things, not only manual. Don't think that one. In the organization, once you enter the organization, the same college life, we have a sports day there, we have a annual meetings will be there, annual day will be there. There are a lot of fun and work will be there. Fun and work, fun and work, fun and work. Once release out, we can go for a parties. You can do what you like, you can booze, you can eat whatever you want. They will provide each and everything. Okay, but hard work is very, very important. But don't compare, he got a job, I will get a job, means you need to think about yourself, whether I get a job or not. Okay, because he hard work, he got a job, but you cannot ask, right, whether I will get a job or not. You need to question yourself whether I will get a job or not, then automatically answer will come. So attend the interviews, number of interviews you need to attend the interviews. Just let results from the interview, not a problem. Second interview, try continuously, aggressively. You need to try for the interviews. Any opportunity, you do not miss it. If any opportunity will come, just apply that and attend the interview. Okay. Okay, guys, we are out of the topic. So boundary values is very, very important, guys. So what are the boundary values means? You need to check the minimum value and maximum value. Always you need to check minimum value and maximum value. So that is very, very important. Okay, we will see equivalency, partition and cause effect when your project will comes. Okay, that's very easy. And here the difference between black box testing and white box testing. If you see, the black box testing is always think about his output, whether I'm getting correct output or not. So whether how he knows that output based on the requirements. But when you see the picture of white box, he's always thinking his logic. See, that's the reason developers will do what, white box testing. Developers is always do what, white box testing. He is always thinking about his code. He can able to see the code, and he can able to see the logic and all the things. Okay, when you're talking about black box testing, we are always getting a question mark, whether this is right or not. Hey, this output is correct or not. How we can confirm? Again, we are referring with what, requirement document. Once we are refer the requirement document, okay, based on the requirement document, we can easily say that okay, it's fine, it's working as expected. So we always depends on the requirements and functionality. So most of the people are asking, sir, I don't know any programming knowledge, I don't know, I am not a tall computer side, so do I need to get into this field? Yes, guys, anyone can get into this field. Lot of civil engineers, mechanical engineers, any engineers or any computer engineers or any degrees or any intermediates, anyone can get into the job into the manual side. Understanding, right? Here we are not required any programming knowledge. You not required any programming knowledge, because we are not see at all any code. But when you're talking about automation, you required some coding knowledge. But purely manual, I want to go for a purely manual side. I have an opportunity, someone is asking the reference, some already I have some reference, so I want to go for manual side. So in that case, zero programming knowledge, not required any programming knowledge here. So here not at all required programming knowledge, not required. But if you want to go for white box testing side, developer side, you need to require what, programming knowledge is required. Implementation knowledge here not required for the black box tester, but white box testers is required. how we based the testing means we always, I told you, right, requirements. Always you need to remember that word is what, requirements. How we will test the application based on the requirements and functionality. How developer will do, developer will go with the requirements and as well as designs, and based on the designs he will start writing the coding. So black box testers, programming knowledge is not at all required, not single code also not required. But if you want to go for a development side, then it is required the programming knowledge. Okay, is it clear? Anybody have any questions? Tomorrow we'll see what is SDLC, guys, very important. But today what session is very important, very easy one. What are the testing types? Don't say in interview there are two. In case they ask you, can you define the testing types, you can say that very professionally. You need to say structural testing and functional testing. You need to always say like that. Never mention the category. There are 4 categories, there are 2 categories, there are 3 categories. Never mention that one. So in case in interview they will ask you what types of testings, structural testing and functional testing. The structural testing we can call it as what, white box testing, and functional testing we can call it as it's a black box testing. Can you define who will do the white box testing? Yes, white box testing is done by the developers because they know the internal logic of the code. If you know the internal logic of the code, we can also do the white box testing. White box testing also call it as what, unit level testing or a component testing. Why they need to do? Because at least one time they need to check whether the code is working properly or not before they're sending to the QA team. That is the part of white box testing. And now who will do the functional testing? The functional testing is done by the testers and always based on the requirements and functionality. They will always follow the requirement document and functionality document, whether it is working as per the given requirement or not. Simple, guys. And what are the boundary value analysis? What are the techniques the testers can use? They can use the boundary value analysis. The boundary value analysis is nothing but we can take the minimum value and maximum value, and minimum value less than 1 or maximum value greater than value. Okay, you can tell like that. Okay, -1 or +1 or less than or greater than. Okay, you can tell in interview like that. Okay, anybody have any question, guys? But this is very important. Do not read. Now I think you can understand who will do the white box testing and who will do the black box testing. But white box testing is mandatory for the development team. Unit level testing, they need to do unit level testing. 100% they need to do what, unit level testing, because they need to check at least one time what they written the code, it is working properly or not before sending to the QA team. Anybody have any questions, guys? Is it clear? You have any questions?
No.
Yes or no? Okay, good. Anybody? So tomorrow, very important, what we can do is tomorrow we will see what is SDLC. 100% campus question. This is what campus question. What is SDLC? Software Development Life Cycle. Okay, we'll see that one, and we also see the techniques also. Okay, we'll see tomorrow. Anybody have any question, guys? Anybody?
It's a
Anybody
one,
have?
it's a
Yeah,
1
go
month
ahead.
course or 45 days. No?
Sorry.
What is
Come
the
again?
duration? Course
Yeah,
duration.
it's not 45 days. Yeah, almost it will take 1 month. Okay, 30 to max 25 days to 26 days. If we expand on the project and all the things, then it will be go with 2 to 3 days extra. That's it. Max
Means
20,
30 days.
20
28 to 30.
30, yeah, 30 max one month, nearly 1 month.
Okay.
Yeah. Anybody have any questions? Okay, guys. You don't want to any discuss any questions? Anybody have? Oh, okay, good. But every day I will ask the question, guys. Every day, before the starting of the session, I will ask the questions. Please answer it. Whether it is right or wrong, that is the secondary. But because this is also one kind of exercise, so suddenly if someone call you interview, they will ask some questions. Means you are ready to answer it. Okay. But make sure that do not by heart the definitions. What you know in your mind, just make it as a frame. make it as a sentence and tell the same thing. Okay, no need to by heart all the things. What is testing means, again, you no need to refer all the notes. Simple, you can say that testing is nothing but to make sure that application is working according to the client requirement or not. Simple one, right? As per the client requirement, it is working correctly or not. What is white box testing and what is black box testing, you know, right? So you can easily explain them. And what is the boundary values, you can easily explain them. We can check the minimum value and maximum value. In between also you need to check the range. It should not allow the minimum value, and also it should not accept greater than value. So you can tell in interview like that. If you're reading the definitions and telling the definition in interview, they won't accept it. Okay. Okay, guys. Last call. Anybody have any questions? Thank you, guys. Thanks for your time. Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Go ahead. Srini, don't call sir. And my humble request, guys, don't use the terminology as a sir. Okay. You can call with the name itself. Okay. Hi, Karthik. Hi, Ramya. Hi, Prabhu. You can call with the name itself. Yeah. Go ahead.
How many projects we should be the cover in that course?
Here we can tell, see, there is no real-time project. We have one project which is defined in our side. That is what stock inventory management, that we can explain. And one is banking application and one is insurance application. That we can provide you BRS and FRS and SRS. Sorry, there are two documents will be there. SRS means software requirement specification document, and FRS is nothing but functional requirement specification document. So one is what insurance we can see, and one is what we can see the banking application, and one is what live means what I can give this access to everyone. You need to complete this project from your own. Okay, I can explain you how we can do this. The first time I will tell you how we can add the suppliers and how we can add the purchasers, customers and sales. But I want output what is the total purchases outstanding, what is the sales outstanding, and what is the payment transactions. So I want output from your end. So that should be a live. Okay. Is it clear?
Okay, sir.
Okay, good. Again, you're calling sir. Okay, that's fine. No issues, guys. But please
Sorry,
try to.
Srinivas.
No problem. Yeah, call with the name itself, guys. Anyone